That's a new feature.
That's new. Like,
so it's funny because when I went into, good morning, when I went into Melanie's dream team call on Monday or Wednesday, whatever, one of her calls last week, when you enter the call, it will say this meeting is being recorded, even though the meeting has started being recorded. And I think it's like a legality thing. So like you can't say you didn't know you were being recorded.
Yeah.
So
what was I gonna say? I don't remember. Never mind. I don't know.
Okay. Well, good morning, everyone. So we're going to take some time to go over the calendar this morning for this week, and then make some adjustments for some of the things that we had talked about for the calendar for May. Jenna and I still need to get together at some point to go over the calendar for June, but we still have a couple of days left for that. So, oh my gosh. Yeah. What's that? I don't know, sweetheart. I can't see. Oh, it's a teether. Teether. Oh, this is not the right thing. Hold on, that's really awkward. You think like by now, like I know exactly like where to open it, what it's called. I do it every Sunday.
I'm looking at it. That's why I was like, what is she waiting for? It's right here, but I'm looking at it on my end.
Well, and I opened up like how to be a team, like the team builder, right? Like the rankings.
Yep.
Okay, great, perfect. Here we go. What is happening today? What is going on? Okay, there we go. Like, give me one of those days. All right, so today is May 30th. We are the second to last day of May. So today they talk about Shakeology, the benefits of Shakeology, your favorite ways to make it. So I definitely suggest, number one, there are a ton of different ways to make Shakeology. There are a ton of different ingredients and things like that. So I obviously don't think you should be in your stories talking about the 70 different plus superfoods and all the other things with it. Pick one thing that speaks to you. And if you don't know a lot about Shakeology, I strongly suggest that you learn more about it too, so you're more knowledgeable on it. So you're not just saying things like Shakeology is a protein shake, because it's more than a protein shake. You should know that there are pre and probiotics inside of it. You should know that there's anti-inflammatory things inside. There's many different kinds of benefits to Shakeology. So pick one that speaks to you. We also have I think I do. I have slides for Shakeology that you guys could put up after you talk about it. Oh, there's people trying to get in. But you should never just go into your stories and just like throw up slides about anything. You should definitely go in first, talk about it, and then proceed to share what you want to share, so that it doesn't look I don't know, like it stories are about like storytelling, right? Like if you were reading a story, you wouldn't just open up to like the middle of the story and start reading it, or looking at the pictures. You would like listening to the beginning and the instructions first, or the introduction. So make sure that you're doing that. Today, you should also start, if you haven't been talking about our Fit Bod Squats Summer Strong sale, you should make sure that you're talking about that as well in your stories. We're doing sales every single day until tomorrow. And then we're doing a flash sale on June 1st, but the sales are good until the end of June. So you should still be talking about that in your stories today, tomorrow, throughout June, all the time, because all those sales are good until the end of June. And a great thing about this is, especially if you're new, you could just say something like, hey, listen, Jenna, I have this Summer Strong sale going on right now. I see that you've been interested in supporting my posts, and you've been interested in learning more about my community. Would you like to join our free group just to check stuff out? It doesn't have to be anything like over the top or crazy. And then if they say yes, you say, awesome, let me get you the link. You copy the link to the group to them in the message, and then you just welcome them into the group. That's it. And then they just peruse around. What I like most about the group is that it does have the visuals, and it has explanations that Jenna has copied and pasted from the Beachbody website. So it's pretty easy and pretty self-explanatory for them. But then you can always check in on what?
I put videos in there too of like the programs that they can watch. And just make sure when they join, they're joined before you tag them, because if they're not actually in the group yet, they can't see the tag.
Yeah. And if you're not in the group yet, just let one of us know. We'll make sure to add you. Tomorrow is Memorial Day. So decide how you want to talk about Memorial Day and things like that. Also, I know I've talked to Gina about this, but for other people as well, when you're using a quote or something like that, make sure that your quote it fits into an Instagram square, but it will also fit on Facebook. A lot of times you'll notice that, like, if you use a picture on Facebook and it's farther away, when you post it on Instagram, it looks closer. So you want to make sure that nothing looks chopped off or anything like that, so people can A, read it, and B, see what you're trying to show. If you need a good app to like put your picture in, I'm going to put it in the chat. It's one of my favorite ones. I think it's free, but I'm not going to lie to you. I think years ago I paid $4.99 for it or $3.99 for it, and now I just have access to it for forever. Photofy. Hold on a second. Come here. Give me. Oh. Here you go. Thank you for asking so nicely. Okay. So yeah, so Photofy is really great. A lot of us use Canva as well. Canva is free. Put your pictures in there as well. And if you guys need help like figuring out what an Instagram like setting looks like, or like the dimensions of it, they literally have something that says like Instagram post, Facebook post, and you just click a blank template, and then it will populate and it will show you. Now, we had pushed back Be a Coach for a Week from last week to this week. So if you have someone that is a really good customer, or someone that's really showing up in the challenge groups, or someone you've talked to about coaching before, or someone who might be a good coach, but they're not doing a program, that's what Be a Coach for a Week is for. So you can invite to Be a Coach for a Week. We're going to run it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They join the group. We have like activities for them to do to see what it's like to be a coach for a week. And then at the end of the week, if they're interested in being coached, they sign up. It's also a good way for you to see what kind of coach they would be. So like if I put Jenna in the group, but she needs me to tag her and everything, and she's like, I check in with her and she's like, it's Tuesday, and she's like, oh, I haven't even like accepted the request to the group yet. She's not gonna be a good coach. So make sure that like you also keep an eye on stuff like that as well. That's how I've been like noticing my newer coaches coming in, and how I've weeded people out. So for example, last month I had Gina and this other girl, Kristen, in it, that they both signed up as coaches. They both wanted to like work the business. Gina, without fail, every single day, I didn't need to tag her in things, and she just did it. Kristen, I needed to keep following up with her, and then she canceled her account a month later, which I figured was going to happen. So it's a really good way for you to know who to spend your time with and who not to spend your time with, because your time is valuable as well. You don't want to be pouring time into people that are not going to do anything when it comes to coaching, obviously. Now for that's A for Apple. Apple. For Tuesday, it's June 1st. So they talk about a healthy meal. So I do this a lot. I think I already shared this to you guys. There's a coach that makes these really cute slides for Tasty Tuesday. So I'll drop them in my downline chat and Anchor by Fitness chat. Typically what I'll do is I'll go onto my stories first, and I'll talk, and I'll say something like, today's Tasty Tuesday, so I'm going to be dropping a recipe, a free recipe for you, so get ready to screenshot it. Then I put up the screenshots, and then after that I go back into the story and I actually talk, and I'll say something like, what's another kind of recipe you would like to see in the future? And I leave a box so that they can put in like if they want lunch or dessert or something like that. Tuesday is also a good time for you to do like a Transformation Tuesday photo of either yourself or someone else. I know personally for me, if I put a recipe picture on my actual Instagram feed, those posts don't do well. So I don't put recipes. But someone like Kate, who does like the healthier recipes of alcoholic beverages and things like that, she might put that onto her actual Instagram feed, because she's known for doing things like that on TikTok and on her social media. So again, a lot of this is about learning what your audience likes, knowing what your audience wants to see. So like I said, for me, I'm probably not going to put up a picture of food, but what I might do is I might put up a picture of me, I don't know, like eating or something like that, and then like talk about like how, you know, like this journey is more than just working out, it's also like eating correctly, and I might do something like that. Everybody okay so far? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, any questions? Everybody all right? You can also drop them in the chat as I go. All right, Wednesday is an inspiring quote. So you can put up an inspiring quote in your stories. I know for me, what I do is typically I don't, I'm just pulling it up on my Instagram. So like I'll do one of these, like one of the like squares right here. And I won't go into my stories and talk about it beforehand. I'll put it in my actual post. And then you can share your post to your Instagram, your actual Instagram stories. And the way to do that is it kind of looks like a paper airplane. And if you click the paper airplane, it will say add to post. And then I'll just send it to my stories. And then when people see it on your Instagram stories, they can click it and it'll bring them to your actual Instagram feed so they can look at the quote. It doesn't necessarily need to be an inspiring quote though. Again, for me, an inspiring quote is not an inspiring fitness quote. Those don't work well for me. So an inspiring quote for me might be something about motherhood and postpartum anxiety. Jenna's might be about grieving. Paulina's, with everything that she's been going through, might be about grieving and overcoming grief and things like that. So it doesn't need to be a fitness inspiring one. It could be something in the season of life that you are in. So again, you've got to remember what you want your audience to know about you, what kind of people you want attracted to your community and your Instagram and your Facebook, and things like that. Does that make sense? Okay. Thursday is payday. So share what you're doing with your extra Beachbody money. I do this a lot on Thursdays. I'll talk about like, you know, for me, like that extra money like has paid for my car or, you know, whatever. If you're going to talk about income, it is super, super important that you use the Beachbody disclaimer for income. If you don't know it, because I don't know it off the top of my head, you have to like go, like I just Google it. I literally Google like Beachbody income disclaimer. I'll copy it and I'll put it in my stories because you don't want to be like, it's just so easy. I just like make $500 every single week. Like you should totally join my team. You're going to be rich, because that's not the case. It is hard work. And that's part of like the income disclaimer. It says like, no coach is like given the opportunity to just like, no one's just given like thousands and thousands of dollars. Like
it's like Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success. Each coach's success is based off of their hard work, skills, and diligence. And then blah, blah, blah. I just always make sure I put that part in.
Yes.
Because Kaylee drilled it into my head because my coach is like a huge, what is it called?
I know it.
Oh my God. What's it called?
Compliance.
Yes, compliance freak. Because people have gotten in trouble. So
yeah,
you gotta be careful.
And listen, if you're not making a ton of money either, right? You have to remember, again, you're speaking to certain kinds of people. So for me, no, I'm not making like hundreds of thousands of dollars, but I am making a couple $100 every single week. And for a mother like me who's home with their kids, that doesn't want to put their kids in daycare because it's too expensive to put them in daycare, and I'm able to stay at home and work out and inspire other women to do that, and I get paid to do that, that is enticing to people. That I don't have to leave my house and I'm still able to make an income and have money that's my money. Again, I mean, like Chris and I are not really like that, but I know some couples are like, this is my money and this is his money. And it's important for you to speak like that and say things like that in your stories. Even if if it's just like, I made $50 this week, like I'm so excited, like things are opening up in New Jersey, I'm gonna go get my nails done, I'm gonna go get a pedicure. Like, again, there are some people that they budget so tightly and they're living so close to the edge that they don't have $50 a week to go do something like that. or even $20 like to order takeout with their significant other on a Friday night because they're budgeting so closely. So again, share that and speak that, because you never know who that would speak to. I know that Jenna has shared this a lot. Her coach was completely drowning in debt, and she used her last $180, Jenna, or $200. And she bought.
Yeah, she literally, like, they were getting money from their church, and like they were like drowning in debt. She actually didn't even sign up with a challenge pack, she signed up just with $40 business fee to work her business, and like totally did it a way that most people don't and are successful with it. So yeah.
And she literally
she made a 6-figure income in her first, I think, year in the business. And that was back when the business was harder, and it was just like DVDs and Shakeology.
And, you know, again, like a lot of times, like we say things like, well, that can never be me and stuff like that. Like Kaylee comes from the same town that Jen and I grew up in. Like it's a small 3 traffic light town, like in the middle of New Jersey. Like it can be done, but it's hard work, and it's dedication, and it's doing trainings and things like that. And that's the kind of stuff you want to share in your stories when you're talking about it too. A lot of times people don't like MLMs, and you'll notice, like, if you scroll through reels, like I click not interested so they don't pop up for me. But a lot of times when people talk about MLMs, they're like, I hate the fakeness of it. Like, I hate saying like you're going to make hundreds and hundreds of dollars, but really like they're in debt, and there's only 1% of people that make the hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And it's because people don't put in the time and effort, and they just like get upset because they didn't make the money, and they're like, oh, I didn't make any money, so like it doesn't work, it's a scheme, blah 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 blah. So those are all things you want to make sure you're sharing as well. Friday is promote yourself, so you could talk about our FitBod Squad community. You could talk about your actual self. I know that's something I need to get back in doing is, and I could put these in the chat later on the week because I know there's a lot of other stuff that's going to be popping up. I have like slides that I made about myself and my business to promote myself for coaching. So like last year I was an NLC qualifier. I was in the top 2,000 of coaches. And I earned team builder. And I did all that during a pandemic. And I know Jenna had even like higher rankings and things like that. We did all of that in the middle of a pandemic, when, you know, most people would think things like that couldn't be done. So I make sure to share those things too, because people want to see success. And it's important that people see success also, not just from the coaches that are the top coaches, right? It's important for people to see different kinds of women having success in this business. I say this time and time again, like I am a plus size coach. And I think one of the reasons a lot of people are drawn to me and what I have to offer them is because I don't look like every single other coach, but like I still have results, I still show up, and I'm genuine about my results. I'm genuine about my journey and things like that. And it's important that you guys are doing the same thing as well. If you are the kind of coach that you're going to be hard on them, but you're also going to, like, when you see them in person, like cheers them and have drinks for them, you need to share that that's the kind of coach that you are. If you're the kind of coach that you're all about a Christian lifestyle and you don't drink, and your business is like heavily surrounded around faith, you need to share that kind of stuff, because someone like me is not going to be attracted to you because that is not my kind of vibe, right? But someone like Hannah, who's really into that kind of stuff and really shows her business that way, she's going to attract those kinds of people. So you need to promote yourself in that way, so people aren't confused. They're like, wait, is she like a really heavy like believer, and is she really faith driven, or like does she just like I don't know, because I'm not atheist, like it's like she believes in stuff but like she doesn't really talk about it, that kind of thing. Is she someone that really drinks, or is she someone that like kind of lives in the middle, or is she like not drinking at all? Because again, those things are important to people as well, so make sure that you're sharing those things. And then last thing is Saturday, get personal. Photo of you relaxing at home. I know I've done things like, if I wish it was nice out, but I guess it's March or February in New Jersey again this weekend. So, but if it wasn't, I could like put my feet in the pool, like with my kids sitting around me, and like just like kind of talk about like, you know, like summertime. And like, I know one thing that Paulina and I were talking about a while back was we were like working our asses off, like figuratively and literally, so that we could fit into like shorts and feel good this summer. And I know Paulina's been killing it. And she's like on her stories the other day, she was going shopping and she shared like her, not struggle, but like her mindset of like shifting from like getting one size to another size. And then like she shared pictures of her on her stories, like wearing a new shirt. She could like also put that into her Instagram feed, like on one of the 9 squares, and talk about that as well, even if she's just relaxing at home, something like that. Jenna, do you have anything else to add for the week?
Not really. Just, you know, make sure you guys are setting yourself up for success. Like Amanda said, this is a good time talking about the sale group. Like anybody who you have talked to in the past that weren't interested, that may be pushed off because of money, or like me, I could go back months and months and even years and years to invite people to the sale group. Also, we always use the same sale group. So if you've been in it when we ran it before, you can go through the people that are in the group. And if you have any people you've added, you can follow up with them. Also, the 645 bundle I posted in the chat. So every time there's a new launch, we buy these bundles that already have all the content pre-made, and 645 comes out in July, but we're going to start talking about it once we hit Success Club in June, because that is going to set yourself up for success. And when it launches in July, you're going to have people that are interested because they've been following what you've been talking about with this program. And also people just love Amwala, our trainer. And the last time he came out with a program, it was a very advanced program. This is going to be very different. So it's going to be good for people who couldn't maybe have done that program. So if you are interested in setting yourself up for success for a launch, like launches are huge. They can literally make your business blow up, or you can do nothing with it and just not see success that you could potentially see. So, you know, like last summer, Amanda was getting ready to have Michaela and MBF launched, and that was one of my biggest launches. I hit like Success Club 60 something in it. And you hit Success Club like 20 or something like that. And you weren't even doing the program, obviously, because she was pregnant and having a baby. So there's literally no reason why you can't be successful with a launch, even if you don't plan on doing the program. This is a program I think a lot of people are definitely going to do though. So if you're interested, just make sure you click the poll because it's 15% off today. So I'd want to purchase it today. And then anybody who purchases it, I put you guys in a chat and I send all the content, like the stories and like posting ideas and all that. It gives us a challenge group guide to where we can, you know, we were going to run a challenge group for it. Also, Rebecca's in the test group for the program. So she understands the program very well. She's obviously been through it. So it's going to be really great to have somebody, you know, who was in the actual program with him, part of our group, helping people. And that's something you could talk about. Like, you know, when you join this group with me, you're going to have somebody who's actually in the test group with the trainer helping you through the program. So that's really it, I think. Also, if you're meal prepping today, you know, or if you're doing, like me and Logan are starting 6 weeks of the work tomorrow. So we're going to go to the grocery store. We're going to get food. Just share that. It's Sunday.
And if you guys ever are like stuck on, like what to post or how to post or whatever, or like how to storytelling your stories, you should definitely, again, you could look at what your upline is doing, but like don't copy and paste what your upline is doing. You know what I'm saying? Because you are your own person. And a lot of the times that I know I've said this to Gina, and I know that there are new coaches that are listening and will be listening to the recording. At first you might feel really awkward in the beginning, but it really does become kind of second nature. I know this is something that also like Paulina struggled with in the beginning when she was starting. Like she felt like awkward going out to her stories and talking and stuff like that. And now like she goes in and it's just like you're just like talking to yourself. Like, what
yeah. And that's what, like, I go into my store, like, and me too, like, when I just go in my stores, it's just like, it's kind of, I think of it as like my daily, like, vlog. Like, it's
like a vlog. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's like, you know, with talking about everything that we just went through, like, people were like, I love that you can just come in and like, just like, you know, have us to talk to. And like, it's kind of like a little mini reality show sometimes. And you have to think about like, okay, what kind of reality shows do you like to watch? But people like, and since I've shared everything, like even my views have stayed, even like my story views have been up to like the 500s, like every day. Like, so just being, you know, very authentic, and the more you do it, the easier it gets. I remember the stories came out in like 2017, like right when we started 80-Day Obsession, and it was like, this is so awkward, but
yeah,
the more you do it, just like with anything, it gets easier.
and like sharing the days that like are hard and stuff. Like I know, like for me, I had you know, sometimes I still struggle with like postpartum anxiety, even though I am 10 months at this point. But I was having a hard day the other day, and I just went into my stories and I said something like, today's a hard day. And like I remember the second right after I said that, like I had just finished getting Michaela to stop crying, and then like she was hysterical again. And I just like looked at the camera, and I just was like, it's just a hard day. And like I had so many people from that 1 15-second thing message me and go like, that look, I've felt that look before. Like I feel that look. And it's because I have a lot of moms that follow me, and like understand like what it's like to be home with 2 under 3 and like be alone all day with no help. And like it's hard sometimes, like mentally it's hard. And I think it's important that you guys, regardless of what you're going to, even if like you're not home with kids and you go to work and you have like a poopy day and like you need to vent about it, like you need to share that too, because people feel that. They go to their jobs and like they hate what they do, you know. And it's important that you share that kind of stuff.
Especially if like you're trying to like leave your job, or like you're trying to not have to go back to your job, or like whatever it is, or you're trying to make more money so you don't have to work as many hours at your job. Like you can share that with your business, because a lot of people feel that. So what's the weather like in New Jersey?
It's like 50 something degrees and it's raining.
Yeah, yesterday was okay. It started raining at like later at night, and then today it's just like it was the same thing last year too. So it
was like this yesterday, and last week it was like 90 degrees. I had to turn the heat back on because it was like 62 degrees in here. I was like, this is ridiculous.
It's 61 outside right now here. It's gross. Well, that's fun. Anybody doing anything fun for Memorial Day? No.
I told Chris he still needs to go outside and barbecue.
I know. It's supposed to be like 68 and sunny tomorrow, so we'll probably like go to the beach or something. I don't know. Go to the beach
out by the pool.
Oh, must be nice.
Yeah, Florida, sunny every day.
Kate, you need to have like
stupid Florida people,
like a retreat at your house, because your pool looks like so gorgeous.
Dude, it's awesome. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I was like sitting out there back like the other day, and I was like, "This is the teats."
Yeah,
I'm gonna get a blow up pool.
Over there.
I'm gonna get a blow up pool for my top deck.
Yeah, it'll be pretty sick.
And then it'll turn into like a hot tub because it's gonna be so hot.
What, baby?
I think that's it, right? All right, so
I'm gonna stop sharing my screen.
Yeah, make sure you click the poll for the 645 just so I know I can